quote scriptures and we quote them upside down. When the Bible was saying that none shall lack a mate, and I know many people who are single here, uh, they pray with that scripture. You will notice that that scripture was in the Old Testament. And the reason that scripture was very relevant was because the Jewish system was so programmed to ensure that no woman, except by choice, can ever be alone. Right from when a young lady reaches the age of puberty, she doesn't need somebody to come and toast her. According to their system, they have what we call marriage brokers. Marriage brokers are the elders at the city gate. They sit down there at the city gate to judge all matters. Either the matter is land disputes, either it is on marriage, either it is on paternity fraud, either it is on cheating, whatever the case may be, there are always elders at the city gate to judge these issues. So if a potential father or the father of a man who is old enough to marry, or who finds a particular family useful or marriageable, would go to the city gate and talk to the elders there that, oh, my name is so and so, I have a son so and so age. I would like that son to marry from the tribe of Benjamin, from the family of Shoma. And the elders of the city gate would call this family and say, okay, this man wants to marry from your family. And then the other man will say, oh, I have a daughter. And then they will betroth the children together. So they grew up knowing that they were going to get married to so and so. There was no room for somebody to grow up hoping that, oh, let me just go and wear fine clothes and go and sit at the mall. Maybe God will open somebody's eyes to see me. You know, this Western thing that we practice and that many people pray about, and these are structured in the Jewish society in such a manner that you would never, except in case of sickness, she didn't want to marry, or she has a mental health or challenge or a physical health challenge, you would never ever find a Jewish young woman who is not betrothed to be married. They are betrothed early. And the marriages are always arranged. They do not marry for love. Again, they don't do janima. They don't do all their nonsense. They don't do all the write me a letter thing. So that was how they structured the society. Secondly, so that they ensure that none shall lack a mate indeed. If they betroth a woman to a man, that woman is the wife not only of that man, but she is the wife of that man and a potential wife to all the man's male siblings. Again, that puts spade to the idea that Israel was running a monogamous system. They didn't come up with an idea of, oh, if the spouse dies, then the woman is helpless, or the woman will not be provided for. That was not their system. So if a woman marries a man and the man dies young, it is the man's younger brother that will take up the responsibility of this woman and children. If she doesn't have children before, he has a responsibility to produce a child through her. But that child will not be called his child. The child will be named after the late brother, so that child can continue the lineage of the brother. And under no circumstances shall the biological father claim to be the essential father, to be the legitimate father. Again, the biological father has no claim to legitimacy over that child, because that child will bear the name of the late brother and inherit the estate of the late brother without any contention. So you see, in their society, non-shalakimate wasn't a prayer point. It was structured into the society itself so that a man and a woman marries, the woman knows that no matter what happens to my husband, I'm protected. The family will take care of me. So many of you remember the story of Ruth and the issue of the kinsman redeemer. Yeah, so that man that marries her if her husband dies is the kinsman redeemer. But normally it's supposed to be the brother. But if there is no brother, then somebody within that family also, a male within that family also, could be an uncle, could be a cousin, would be the one responsible to marry her and make sure that she lacks nothing. That was how their society was structured. So this was why Onan had to marry uh, Tamar here.